Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of 12 on Health. You're watching News 12 Connecticut, as local news gets. Now, sooner or later, we all have to deal with a major life transition. It may be during a divorce or after a layoff, surgery, or the death of a loved one. At these times, when you're rebuilding your life, psychologists say it's often helpful to reach for help. And that may mean leaning on a friend or enlisting a therapist. Psychotherapist Maud Purcell has built a business around helping people in major transition. Her new Darien-based consortium of services for people in transition is called the Life Solution Center. Thanks for being here.
My
You've
pleasure.
been a busy woman. You're a shrink and a businesswoman now.
That's right.
Why are you bringing services together, and what are these services?
It's been my observation, Gillian, over the years that when people call me for help, they often need to take other steps beyond talking to me therapy in my office. And especially now, people are feeling very isolated, they're frightened because of the economy, and they don't feel as though they have a network surrounding them. So the idea came to me that there would be value in putting under one roof a number of services that people need when they're going through transition.
So at your center, it's you and who?
It's me, and I also have 3 attorneys. I have nutritionists. I have people who do medication and medication management when that's needed. I have someone who does professional organizing. And disorganization causes tremendous stress for people, so that's an important service.
Don't look at me when you say that. My husband would agree with you on that. Yes, it's true. And you also, in addition to working on the inside, you work on the outside.
That's exactly right. We also have a wardrobe and style consultant, and we have someone who does hair and makeup, because when people are going through transition, sometimes it's easier to start on the outside and make a positive change, and that may give the individual the courage and strength to do some of the other work that they need to do.
When somebody is dealing with such a momentous, difficult time in their lives, do you sometimes put them on antidepressants for the moment, like temporarily? Is there such a thing as that?
Well, with antidepressants, people won't get the full effect of them if you just do it for a few weeks. But certainly, if someone stays on an antidepressant for 6 months to a year and they're feeling better, we always like them off the medication and see how they do. The quick-acting medications are those for anxiety, and that's something you can take one day and it's out of your system.
I see, like Xanax.
That's right.
Okay. Are you big on medication? Where do you stand?
I think anything we don't have to put into our bodies that's a chemical is preferable. But we also have to weigh the quality of life. And if anybody is going through a very difficult time, and whatever the transition going through causes them to be paralyzed and stuck, and they can't make the changes they need to make, it certainly makes good sense to consider medication so that they can get the boost they need to take the steps they need to feel better.
If you gave us an example, actually I got to meet one of your examples, a woman who came to your facility for help. She was in a terrible situation at work. She didn't want to get out of bed in the morning.
Right.
She had a low. She hit a real low.
That's right.
Describe what her situation was and how Life Solutions Center was able to help her.
Absolutely. She came into me, as you said, at a real low point. She was in a job. She's a very professional woman, high-level professional, and she didn't recognize that she was actually working in an abusive workplace. It happened so gradually over time that she couldn't see it. But her boss was abusive with her and with other employees, calling them names, indicating that they were incompetent or stupid. And I suppose this was this individual's way of motivating them, but it's not right. And so my client was feeling worse and worse. Her confidence was slipping away, and she was developing physical ailments. And as we talked about it, it became clear that she was in an unsafe workplace.
I found it interesting that you had bold advice for her. Not every shrink will go out there and say, you need to leave that job.
Right. And we have to be careful in my field. We can't make decisions for people about their lives. At the same time, if somebody's truly in danger, I feel I owe it to them to say something. And I felt she was truly becoming unhealthy, in this job situation, and I knew that on top of that, it was illegal. So I did say to her in this case, in order to get your health back, you need this job and get a break and take care of yourself and heal, and we have other services here that can help you.
Have you seen a major transformation
Yes.
in her?
Huge transformation.
I met her, so I know about
You
this
know.
transformation. It's unbelievable.
I know, isn't it?
I mean, she had said, in addition to being depressed, not feeling well, she was eating more, not exercising. Everything was kind of going downhill together. So that's why she was such a good example of a success from your standpoint, I would think.
Absolutely, and she availed herself of the services of our nutritionist, of our career consultant, obviously worked with me.
Yep.
And she had some time with our wardrobe consultant and stylist.
This can't be cheap, I have to ask. Not
well,
cheap.
It's not inexpensive. But when you stop and think about the money we waste, we're under stress, whether it's that we go out to dinner more or we spend money to make ourselves feel better, we do shopping therapy. I think the cost is well worth it, and the changes that people make when they come in to see us at the Life Solutions Center can last a lifetime.
Okay, and in some cases you do take insurance for the therapy part of it.
Sometimes I do, yes.
Okay, thank you
Yes.
so much, Maude Purcell. Short break here, but in just 2 minutes. I'm sorry, what were you saying? What? I can't hear you. If you find yourself hard of hearing, there's an organization that wants to help to you hear with ease. You're watching 12 on Health, your local source for the very latest medical news.